welcome to the Girlfriend Experience podcast.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay, so Layla, like I've mentioned, is one of my real life friends, so I love that we just go from like having a normal conversation to like, oh hey, I've never met you before.
Right?
How are you? I described a little bit of what you do, but in your own words, who are you? Who is Leila Lewis? What the fuck do you do?
Oh man. Well, I am a porn performer and an OnlyFans girl, and what the fuck else do I do?
Twitter slut.
Can I curse on here?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Shit, man, I don't know.
She does a lot of things, and okay, so this is kind of off topic. Your Twitter photos are like top tier.
Oh, thank you.
Your quality of photos, I don't know what, I think I have a different iPhone or something because like yours are just so clear. They look so good. And I feel like no matter how many times you get deleted, your quality talent is there. Like you always bounce the fuck back.
Yeah, so I just hit 100K again since my
Twitter?
Yeah, since my last account got deleted. So we're back, baby. That's like my highest follower count since before. I think I was at 50K. But yeah, I mean, I do a little, all my photos are like in my apartment. They're all like good lighting. I do a little tweakage here and there to like amp them up, but
amazing.
Thank you.
Usually I start with icebreaker questions,
okay.
But I thought that this time it would be fun for us to like gather questions from our followers.
Yeah.
And you got some.
I did.
Now my followers just send me the word anal.
I know, I definitely got some good ones.
I would love to hear them. There's one that I wanted to ask real quick. Someone asked, what is our most memorable sexual experience for both of us?
Okay.
Like, do you have a sexual experience where you're just like, this is like it. Like, I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life.
That is really good.
Or just one that stands out.
I wouldn't say it was like a great, the sex was not awesome, but it's definitely memorable. I remember, this was in high school, and I went to school next to a country club, and this guy and I like snuck into the women's locker room, like the golf locker room or something, and he banged me on a sink in a country club.
I love that. And how'd you not get caught? Was it like after hours?
It was like in the afternoon on like a Saturday. Which is surprising. You would think there would be more people there, but it was like the fall, so I guess it was like the off season for golf. I guess most people golf in the summer, so there weren't a lot of people there, but yeah, it was interesting. He lied about fucking me after that.
What do you mean? Like he said, oh, we didn't fuck?
Yes,
You fully banked me on this couch.
I literally took his virginity, and that like the whole, I didn't tell anybody. Then I went to such a small high school, like the whole school knew like on Monday. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, bro,
you were there. I'm just saying you were there.
There's probably cameras somewhere. Like
that's so. God,
stupid high school boys.
And now he probably jacks off to the memory.
So. For sure. He was like one of those people that like when I became a sex worker, like added me on my like private Snapchat and tried to like fucking screenshot all my nudes and stuff. I'm like, no.
Bye bye. You lost your chance.
Yeah, there was like a group of guys that I went to high school with that they all kind of like will like check on my like work accounts and stuff, like see them viewing my story. Even the girls too. Some of the girls I went to high school with, I'm like, are you guys just bored? Like, is this am I the most interesting person that came from our school?
No, they don't have anything else to talk about because like there's some people from my hometown that I feel like they genuinely support me and they like follow me because it's like they're moms now. They just want to see a different life. Like they've never been unsupportive. And there's some that I'm like, you're fucking bored.
No,
like,
you know that they're talking about you, for sure.
So for mine, okay, I can't really talk about it in depth on here, but I think you know. I don't think that I can talk about it. So your followers' questions, because like I said, mine are incompetent and they can only say the word anal.
Okay, here's a good one. Have you ever dated a fan?
Have you?
I've never. I like don't really date a lot of people, so like I haven't dated a fan, but I've definitely had sex with a few.
Wait, really? Like
not like recently, because now people can just pay me to have sex.
Right.
Back in the day when I was like, you know, a newbie sex worker, like just doing like premium Snapchat and promoting on Tumblr and stuff. Like I found a couple guys that like, you know, joined my Snap and ended up being like in my area, and like one of them I ended up fucking for like a while until I moved to California. So
that's so. So like
he had a girlfriend though, like. And told me they were open. They definitely were not. So
that's men's favorite line.
I know.
Like I severely question men that say they're open.
Same.
And so, because like I feel like most people would say poly if like they were
right.
Like everyone was aware.
And they'd be like, you know, open to like talking about them and like, you know, maybe me meeting their partner. Yeah. But no, it was very sneaky and I didn't like it.
Fucking a fan. I have not fucked a fan specifically. Have I fucked my followers?
Oh, yes. For sure.
But I feel like there's a difference. Like, there's a clear difference between, like, oh, this guy follows me and he's hot. Right. Versus, like, this guy, like, is supporting my content and that's why I noticed him, you know? For sure. So, I guess.
What were you doing before sex work?
That's something I wanted to ask you, too. So
okay, we can do that now. I was a college student back home in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I worked a bunch of jobs like before I moved to California to do like sex work full time. Mm-hmm. But I was like a nanny, and
so was I
feel like so many people are like nannies or in childcare or something. Yeah. We're just all like nice and
loving, like
caregiving people.
But they think that we can't be around children.
Oh, for sure. When my mom like found out about sex work, she was like, "What are the families gonna think that you nanny for?" And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
I'm not bringing it to their home.
Right, exactly. And if they're like nice and, you know, respectful, luckily, like, because I did some nannying like after I moved here and was like fully out to everybody. Mm-hmm. And like they were sex workers too. I'm like, if they were cool, you know, they wouldn't care.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to be a nanny for like sex workers' kids because I love kids. Like I really do.
It was really fun, but I just missed porn. So. This one's good. For a couple that's new in the ethically non-monogamous lifestyle, what would be the best way to approach a sex worker?
I love that.
Okay, I think this is because I posted on my story the other day that like couples looking for like a unicorn or to try like threesomes should just hire a sex worker.
I completely agree.
So I think that's what that is based off of. I would say like go on Twitter and go to the hashtags like date insert city, like you can go like hashtag date LA, hashtag date new NYC or whatever, and you'll find like a decent amount of sex workers on that, or you can go to sites like Tryst or Eros. I think it's Tryst.link.
Yeah.
Eros.com. I don't know. Yeah, or just kind of like, you know, follow some on social media if you can find them. I know a lot of us are shadow banned. But yeah. That's probably my best advice.
Because, like, a lot of people are just, like, bothering girls on Tinder, apps.
Right.
Like, I mean, there are some threesome-specific apps, but even then, a lot of the women on there, they're not, like, looking for a threesome necessarily.
For sure. Right. If it just, like, for me, I was, like, dating a couple at one point, and it just happened to, you know, I just stumbled into it. Like, I wasn't out there looking to be somebody's unicorn. Like,
exactly. And so there's been times where I'm like, I want to have a threesome, and like I haven't hired anyone for a threesome, but I've considered it like super deeply. I've been like, you know what? I don't want to go through the effort of. I don't have the time to search
like
on Tinder,
date like people and like get to know them.
And also, like, I feel like if you're a girl that's jealous and is like, oh my god, what if they talk after, like blah blah blah. Okay, I promise you, the girl that you're hiring is not gonna want to talk to your fan
they're not
after.
Gonna say anything.
Like, it's work. It's strictly work.
Discreet, and it's, you know, you get the no strings attached or not if you want to have like an ongoing thing with these people. Like if you really hit it off with a provider, like, which is, you know, ideal in my book. Like, I would love to find somebody who's awesome and like book them and continue
consistently.
To book them. For sure.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Okay, so I have one last one, which is, what is your favorite adult beverage? P.S. You're so sexy.
Oh, love that.
Thank you. I'm assuming, like, adult beverage, meaning alcoholic beverage. I don't really drink that much these days anymore, but if I had to pick, I would probably say either, like, a Cosmo or... I always forget the name of this one, but it comes in those like brass cups.
The Moscow Mule?
Yes, a mule. I love mules. Anything like limey and with like rum or gin in it, I'm game.
The other day I was talking to someone, I was like, why do they use those cups for them? And he was like,
I don't really know
it's just like, it's for the taste. And I'm like,
is it
what?
though?
I don't think anyone knows. I think we're all just doing it. Okay, something that I want to talk about is how we first met. And I'm going to say from my point of view, and then you can add to it. So I did a giveaway.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I manifested our friendship, okay? I did a giveaway. I think it was before I was moving to LA in like 2018.
Yeah, this was early.
Of a bunch of sex toys. And Leila won. And whenever I was going through her profile, I was like, I am so glad this girl won because she has so much potential. Like, I literally remember thinking, like, she could be so big in this industry. Like, she's got it. She has got it.
God. That's so
And
cute.
then, boom. And then we met at an avian party, I think in like early 2019.
Was that the first time we'd met in person?
Yeah, that was the first time in person.
Yeah,
it was like in a bathroom or something.
Yeah, avian.
Who was I with?
I think you were with blonde Stella.
Oh yeah, that was the year I went with Stella.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And so we met briefly, and you had the cutest outfit on.
I was wearing like a sheer black top with, they made me put pasties on it. I don't think I had pasties on originally. It was just full nip in it. That was when I was like trying to be like a fucking doll scale girl. But we don't love them anymore. Yeah, I was still trying to be an alt girl. Like, just gotten all my tattoos. I have another one under here that you can't really see. It's under my pants.
Your tattoos are so cute.
Thank you. All done in Philly. Yeah, that was avian. I know, that's so funny.
And then later that year, we went to an avian party together.
Yes.
And that was pretty fun. I think that was like one of my first like just party, like a porn party, not really a
industry
convention
event.
And I had fun, but I definitely was like a little overwhelmed because there was just so many people.
Yeah.
And like, but I remember we were like filming videos of us twerking on the stairs, and like twerking on the table, just like in the corner. I
popped a butt plug in the bathroom. I was like wearing no underwear.
Wait, did it? You hold my butt plug or something, or like?
Yes, I was keeping your butt plug in my purse.
Amazing. And yeah, so that was fun. And then in the middle of the party, I FaceTimed this guy. And
yeah.
And then
San Diego man.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, at like 2 a.m. I'm driving to San Diego.
Right, getting your pussy eaten on the hood of the car.
My life has changed so much. Like pre-pandemic to now, I'm not fun like that anymore.
Who is that?
I'm not adventurous like that anymore, but she's still there.
I think it's because we're like a little bit more mentally healthy right now. We're like, I'm like feeling manic. Should I just go?
I was talking to my therapist about this today, and he was like, I don't want you to like lose that passion anymore. And I'm like, I don't want to lose it either, but like maybe it's a little healthy if I do tone it down a little bit.
Just a smidge. So
yeah, because there was a point where like maybe driving at 2 a.m. was not normal.
Right.
And it was a guy from my hometown.
Yeah.
And but he lives in San Diego now. And like 8 years ago or something, he called my mom a bitch.
Oh my god, really?
And then I had sex with him. Sorry, Mom, I love you.
Oh, sorry, Mommy.
Into to juicy stuff. My friend Leila here took a member of the Nut Boys' virginity. Leila took a member of the Nut Boys' virginity. And for those of you that don't know what the Nut Boys are, I don't know by choice. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't. I mean, me neither.
Yeah,
I didn't know who they were.
She was there for the bag, so if anyone has any issues, this was like a while ago too. Are you trying to hold my hand? So the Nut Boys, they basically are famous for partying.
They do like prank videos on YouTube and stuff.
They do prank videos that cause their friends trauma, like those kind of pranks.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's bad. Honestly.
And I mean, hey, good for them. They're getting their money. That's fine. Don't come for us. Yes. We just personally don't watch them.
Right.
I really learned about them because I watched the H3 podcast, did like a content court or something on them where they just like dissected their videos.
Yeah.
And they were basically just like, these people are single-handedly responsible for COVID-19.
Oh yeah, they were just out there like no mask in it ever, like playing pranks on people, like just trying to get their shit done. They were like breathing on people and like coughing on people in public. Oh yeah,
I don't remember that part.
They did like a coughing on people in like Walmart video or something.
So funny, bro.
I'm like, yeah, it's like it's funny, but I'm like, why?
Yeah, no. That's like honestly should be a crime. Like if someone coughed on me in public during the pandemic, I'd probably just call the cops.
Yeah.
I'm like, I usually don't call the cops for this one.
Get them, boys.
So, what year was this?
This was 2019.
2019.
So because I remember being with my ex at the time, and this was So this was like February, I think early February, right before the pandemic.
Okay.
So they had like just moved into their new house, and like all of these like popular YouTubers like that have their, you know, their clout houses and whatever, they were all like doing videos of like throwing wild parties and stuff, and these guys were like, we want to have a bunch of fucking BBW bitches like pull up and have a party and do a video. So, yeah, they like...
That's really... Did they pay you?
Mm-hmm.
They paid you? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I got like a decent fat check, and I also got some content out of it, so it's like, whatever, at the end of the day...
We're gonna discuss that content later in this conversation.
It's like, it was a good day, you know? Overall, like, I had a decent experience.
Were they respectful towards you and everything?
Yeah, like,
cool.
You know, we, a lot of us, like, had conversations with them, and they all seemed chill and just, like, professional, you know?
That's
None
good.
of them were, like, outwardly, like, rude to us.
Because you would think, like, the way they portray themselves, like, you're not sure if it would be a good experience, but...
For sure. Like, I get that this was like a, you know, a business transaction for the most part.
I mean, you got paid, you were there for work. Like,
yeah, it was...
It's not like you just happened to be there.
How long was I there for? It was, like, almost a full day. Like, we got there, I think, like, around noon or 1 or 2 or something. And I remember, like, getting done around dinner time.
Okay, and so they just had you, like... So the video was deleted. You can still find it on YouTube. We found it the other day because I wanted to see it.
Yeah, some bootleg upload.
Yeah, it's like 120p or something. Like, it's so shitty quality. So they just had you there, like, partying in the background and everything. And it was just basically, like, a BBW party.
Exactly.
And then they invited one, like, what? Like, skinny, like, hot girl. That's what
yeah,
wanted,
so, Riley Reid was there. And, you know, there's been lots of controversial things with Riley.
I mean, yeah. Like,
so, like, some of the girls... that I was with were definitely upset about that. Like, you know, rightfully so.
Tell you guys that...
Right, we didn't know until we got there that she was going to be there. So, you know, whatever. Everyone, the consensus of the day was everyone was like, okay, we're just going to be civil and, you know, get our shit done, get our bag, and then be outie. Because we're, you know, we're professionals.
Yeah, because a lot of people, like, I mean, we don't have to get into it, but a lot of people have, like, very strong emotions about Riley Reid in the industry. It's either like you just don't care, or you absolutely hate her, or you're like a huge fan of her.
Right.
I just feel like there's like not really an in between. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
And so yeah, apparently like in a follow-up video, some of the girls that day had called out Riley, and like you weren't there, so you don't know what was said.
Yeah, I was probably having sex at the time, so I did not witness the call outs, but yes.
So we're gonna get to that. You took a member of the Nelk Boys for virginity as we started this conversation with. How the fuck did that go down? Who is the guy? Because like I don't know the members. I know like the two main guys I recognize. They're like the main guys. But
Steve and Liam, I honestly don't remember their. Okay, but yeah, so they're like the main
Steve
names.
and Liam.
But there are these like two new members that had just joined their group, Salim and Cousin Jay. And
why was his name Cousin Jay? That's just
I could not tell you honestly. Jay, whatever you want to call him. So yeah, the day we were there, it was like his birthday or something, and they like told everybody that, oh, he's a virgin, like.
And he was really a virgin?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, he definitely fucked like a virgin, so.
Okay. I think you could tell.
Yeah,
honestly.
for sure. He like, you know, he was really cute and everything.
Yeah, no, I saw him in the video. Like, to me, he wasn't ugly.
No, for sure. Oh, you little crybaby.
I know.
So they said, like, oh, it's Cousin Jay's birthday. He's, like, you know, he's a virgin or whatever. Like, if any of you ladies want to, like, show him a good time. And we had been, like, drinking all day and, like, you know, smoking weed and whatever. So, you know, I was a little horny. And I was like, you know, when am I going to get this opportunity to, like, bang a YouTuber again?
Yeah, and like on camera for part of the video.
For
like,
sure.
It.
Like, my friends were like, yeah, we'll film it for you. And we asked him and he was like, yeah, I don't care.
So he let you film it on your camera?
Yeah. He let us like film our shit.
And she currently sells this video.
Yeah, so so it's like my top selling video honestly of all time, still to this day. There's like, I posted a teaser on Pornhub that has like 500,000 views or something crazy. Yeah.
Because their following is like a cult
Massive.
following. Like they love them.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just a bunch of like very horny guys. So they were like, we need to see this.
Yeah.
We absolutely need to see this.
Oh, yeah.
And so in the video that you showed me, like one girl, like you guys like gave him a double blowjob and then she left and then you guys.
Yes. So it was me and my friend Dahlia and I forget. She was like, I just like don't really want to fuck him. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll do it. So we like sucked his dick together, and then he like put on a condom, and we had sex. Because obviously, like most of the people that I fuck for work are talent tested. And whatnot. So we're like, cool. Just get a condom and save sex.
And they walked in on you. It was part of the video.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you want? I can like show you the part that.
Wait, did you care that they walked in, or did you think? Like,
no, I was like, whatever. We're putting on a show. Yeah, there's like a part where like the girl who's like filming us like films them coming in, and they're like, you know, we really fucking do it up at Team Full Send here. Like it was ridiculous. Like yeah, the guys came in and like saw that it was actually happening. We weren't just fucking around and.
And have you talked to him since, Cousin Jay, or any of these guys?
I have not. So he actually blocked me on Instagram.
Why would you do such a thing?
I don't know, honestly. I think it's because I was like going through the comments, because they had posted like some photos on Instagram like when the video came out. And everyone was like, a lot of their fans were like, okay, but like a lot of their fans were like making fun of us because
obviously,
fat girls are so funny. But like some of the dudes were like, yo, we're trying to see the video, like, or like, who's the baddie in pink, and which was me. I was wearing like a fucking metallic like pink micro bikini, and so I was like,
that clout.
Right, I was like going through the comments and being like, that's me, you can see the video here, there's a teaser on Pornhub, and I think he got sick of that, so he blocked me.
He's like, I don't want to see this ever again.
Right, he's like, man.
Why is he mad that, like, he profited off of you, you profited off of him? It's the circle of life in Los Angeles.
I know, I'm like, sorry you're ashamed that you got to fuck this for free that most people have to pay for. Fully
on camera, like, for the experience.
Right. You're welcome for taking your virginity, sir.
I think it's honestly really funny that he has you blocked. So, something I wanted to get into is that you do, like, professional BBW porn. Like, you shot for, the one that comes to mind is, like, Plumper Pass,
Yeah,
right?
So there's, like, a couple of, obviously there's, like, mainstream porn, which is, like, these big companies, they like hire models to shoot for them, and it's like a big production on set and whatever, and there's a couple of studios that like strictly shoot BBWs, and I've shot for pretty much all of them at this point.
Amazing.
Some of them I like more than others, but yeah, Plumber Pass, for example, I shoot for them pretty consistently because, they're just great, and like all the talent that they hired, like the male talent, are like nice guys that I've either like done content trade with before, or I just know them and like know that they're cool and stuff.
Do you enjoy doing pro? Because I know you don't do it like all the time, but like, when you do, you enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like a nice change of pace, and obviously, like you get a nice fat check from it, and it's like good exposure, like getting on those sites, because there's so many like very die-hard like fans that love these like professional sites, so it always like brings traffic to like my paid sites, which is always nice. Like I get good fans, and it's good exposure as well as good money.
Do you feel like it was a smart decision for you to like work on your own content first and then do pro, or do you wish that you started with pro and then did?
Oh yeah, just because, like, being fat, there aren't that many options for like making mainstream your main source of income. So like I'm really glad with the path that I ended up choosing. Like I did camming first, and then had a couple of fans from that, and then I did like the Snapchat and the solo content, and then now I've kind of gravitated to like girl and boy and threesomes and orgies and all that. So
she does the damn thing.
Yeah, and I own like 90% of my content, so
that is amazing.
Profit off of it forever.
Content ownership is key.
Yes.
And like I feel like we're just collecting like things that we've done. We can just like I'll re-release it whenever it's vintage.
Right. Totally. Oh my god, yeah.
So do you think, like you mentioned, it's kind of hard to make, like, as a BBW performer, your main source of income. Do you think that there's kind of like still a stigma or whatever you want to call it attached to working with BBW performers? Like,
for sure. It's definitely gotten better. Like, you'll see more mainstream sites are now like starting to work with some of the more popular BBWs. Hey, Brazzers and Reality Kings.
Oh no, I need
Debbie on there, please.
I need her on Brazzers. Like, no, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, sorry to interrupt, but it's insane that you haven't like shot with bigger productions yet, because it's like, okay, I might be biased because I'm her friend, but also like every single teaser that you post on Twitter, I'm like, she is talented. She loves what she's doing. Like, do you ever see videos on Twitter and you're like, that girl doesn't look like she's enjoying it?
For sure.
Every video I see of you, you're just like, I'm dying for this dick right now. And that's what like, I feel like we want more performers like that.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, like bringing her up again, but like, I feel like Riley Reid rose to fame because in the videos you could tell she genuinely fucking loves what she's doing in a lot of those scenes. And so it's like, why is that different for BBW performers? Like, why are they saying, no, people don't want to see this? Because I feel like over time we're realizing, like, no, porn is just creating what they think people want to see, but there's so much more. And I feel like over time, those companies that refuse to kind of like adjust and adapt are going to get swept away, and a new wave of porn companies are going to come up. Yeah,
oh totally. I mean, that's why like independent creators have just kind of skyrocketed lately, like with OnlyFans, and you know, we're finding out that we don't need to work in mainstream in order to like be successful and make a decent living. But yeah, I mean, like it has always been my dream to like be a mainstream performer. So like I'm glad that I've been able to kind of dip my toe in with, you know, the companies that I can, and I want to like, you know, obviously shoot more, and I've been approached by like a couple of like bigger-ish companies, so like hopefully something will be in the works with
you
that
definitely
in
deserve
the future.
It. Like, absolutely.
Thank you. I mean, I think so too.
Why do you think it is though? Like, do you have any opinion on like why are some performers like, I don't want to shoot with BBW? Like, why are some companies like, we don't have BBW performers on our site? Like, what is it? Is it
fatphobia? That's the
like SpongeBob, where he's like,
fatphobia. Yeah, I mean that's the underlying, like the main thing, you know. People just, they are afraid of what they don't know and what they think that they're not attracted to, even though I can guarantee you a lot of these people that like, you know, won't necessarily work with me are probably jerking it off to fat girls in secret.
They just have like some internalized bullshit about it.
For sure.
Like, when I was in high school, my best friend was like BBW plus size, whatever. And yeah, a lot of guys talked to her. A lot of guys that had girlfriends would talk to her. Like but people just care so much about what other people think. And it's like, at the end of the day, what's wrong with you? Like, you're that scared of people, like, you know, maybe poking fun at you for your interests? Like, why?
Grow a fucking pair.
Why is someone's body type something to poke fun at? And I just think it's so insane that, like, in an industry where it's like, do what you want with your body, and like,
be a slut, do whatever you want, but don't be a fat one. That's porn, basically.
Like, what? It just doesn't make sense to me, and it makes me sad, and I feel like over time, like I said, it will probably get wiped away, but
we're getting there.
To me, also another thing that I hate is like people that get like especially praised for working with BBW women, or even in any category, like people that get extra praise for working with trans women or doing bi porn or things like that, that should just be like, hey, like accepted, but instead like these people are being so like elevated for simply treating people like people. Like,
honestly, like I'm a little problematic. I'm like, I'll be your token fat girl. Like I don't care. I'll do it. Like if you want, and I honestly feel like I have been for a lot of people. Like because like I have so many friends in the industry, and like a lot of my friends do mainstream. That's been able to kind of help me bridge the gap with like networking and meeting other like mainstream performers and stuff, and being like, you know, hey, now that everyone's doing content trade, I've reached out to a bunch of people and been like, hey, you know, I would love to shoot content with you. And like some people have not gotten back to me, which is like, you know, whatever. A lot of people have, and that's been able to like kind of get my foot in the door. Like hopefully companies will see like, oh, she does content with these like other big names,
and you're so professional,
and like fin performers and stuff, and like a lot of people that work with me for the first time were like, wow, like, you're actually a really good performer. Like, I didn't expect that. I'm like, yeah!
Hey, actually, I didn't mention this, but I've watched her shoot a scene before.
Oh, yes, my first ever boy-girl. I invited Lydia. That. Yeah, that was my first boy-girl. And I was just like, I'm always skeptical of new male talent. He wasn't new, but like, it was my first time working with a man. For sure, I'd never met him. And I was like, let me just ask if I can bring a friend. And I brought Lydia, and we did the shoot, and she was just hyping me up.
Yeah, I was like scrolling on Twitter, like watching,
listening to me just being like, yeah.
No, I watched it, and I was just like, this is hot. Like anyone could think that this is hot.
And that was like 2 years ago. So that was like when I was still a baby performer. Now that I'm like so much more comfortable being on camera. And
but you were like natural talent. Like instantly you're just like, yep, we're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of like, porn is honestly like, that's my one true passion. Like, I've never felt passionate about any other job that I've ever had. Even like school, like subjects in school, like that I've liked, I've never felt the level of like passion that I do with porn.
Some people are just meant to do it. I could genuinely see you like paving a way for BBW performers. Like, not to hype you up too hard. I could see you getting your foot in the door with like big companies, and then next thing you know, like, it's more common for really talented performers to get scenes with them. Totally,
because there's a huge group of like BBW performers. You know, the girls like that are keeping these like sites afloat that shoot BBWs, like, you know, Plumber Pass, Jeff's Models, and whatever. There's a lot of girls, and a lot of them are very, very talented, and you know, love this shit just as much as I do. So yeah, like, and there's clearly there's a market for it. Like, you know, not to toot my own horn, but like, I live in LA. I live alone. Like, I'm paying all my bills right now from OnlyFans and stuff. Yeah. Like, there are people that are willing to pay for this shit, and I think one of the reasons these companies like, they don't shoot us is because they never have before, and they, you know, like, they it's all a business investment. They think that if they, you know, they do it and it doesn't automatically pay off, that they're like, what's the point? You know, we're losing money or whatever.
But it's like, you have to give it a chance. That's how you create a market on your website. Is like,
people won't know that you're doing this until you do it.
If you just do one.
For sure. And like, there's so many of us, and we have like a massive fan base. Like, I know BBW girls, like Sophia Rose, she's like the big one right now, you know? Like, she's contracted with Brazzers, and
which is amazing.
Has millions of followers and fans. So like, the proof is in the pudding, you know?
She's right there. Like, there's an example of someone that's successful that people adore. Totally. Now, something that I've heard in the past, I'm not going to say names because I don't want to be shady. Yeah. But, like, I remember someone talking about a really popular photographer in the industry, and they said, like, she doesn't shoot, like, chubby or plus size or BBW women because she doesn't know how. Like, she won't shoot you. Is that a fair argument? Like, they don't know how? Yeah. Like, do you think that some of, like, the main porn companies are just like, we don't know what looks good?
Right. I mean, I would say that if you have any sort of talent, that you should be able to photograph or, you know, video any size body.
Completely agree.
Or, like, you know, any skin tone, anyone of any race. Like, that should just be it. And if you don't know how to do that, that says a lot about you, because you're not willing to like branch out from the skinny, you know, cis white woman that most of these companies and all these photographers like are normally shooting. Like, for example, like when somebody reaches out to me to collaborate, or like if I want to hire a photographer and I look on their page and I'm like, you only shoot skinny white women. I'm like, why are you reaching out to me to shoot like when you have absolutely no experience shooting bigger bodies?
They're not using like plus size women as their marketing or advertising, but then they still shoot them behind the scenes. It's like, no one deserves to be like a secret in any form.
Totally.
Like,
you're gonna shoot me but not post me on your Instagram? Like,
it's a little weird. What do you think needs to be changed in order to like have the industry be more accepting of like bigger bodies? Like, do you think that it's just a matter of like giving people more opportunities that you would give to someone that's like thin or
I think just kind of I've been talking to this with some of my friends who have like agents and stuff. I think like if agencies maybe start to accept like more diverse body types, that'll definitely help us get the foot in the door, because like these porn companies, you know, they want to be able to rely on their talent. You know, they want to make sure that you're going to be professional, you're going to show up on time, you're not going to cancel, you're going to be tested, and have, like, as much as I don't love agents, because, like, you know, everyone wants to be making all of their own money and not have to have a middleman.
Yeah.
But there is a level of, it's like, what can I compare it to? I don't know, just like having somebody vouch for you. Like,
yeah,
this is, you know, they're part of my agency. Like, this is somebody that I trust to be professional and do well. So I think, yeah, maybe that might start with agencies, like accepting bigger bodies. And, you know, I'm like, I have a massive following. Like, I could get you a lot of business. But it's like a combination of that, and the porn companies also being open to, you know, widen their range of who they're going to hire. So I think everybody's just got to work together, and, you know,
I mean, the porn industry has, like, historically been pretty not inclusive.
Yeah.
I mean, like
they're just now, you know, shooting more black women and more trans women.
I mean,
like, as of, like, a couple years.
I started in the industry in 2017, 2016 kind of.
Yeah. And
I remember hearing rumors of girls accepting, like, in quotes, IR rates.
Yes. Or like, you know,
in 2017.
Companies wanting to, that was how it was back then, where you would only shoot with white men, and then you would make it this whole big production, being like, doing like my first IR scene. I'm like, okay, so you're gonna ask for more money to work with
and how does that feel for the men? Because I know that, like, I mean, obviously I'm not a black man, I don't know how they feel, but I know that it must to some degree, like, hurt their feelings at least, like, but I guess maybe they're just, like, getting their money in their mind. But, like, I've also heard girls argue, like, it's because their dicks are bigger. I'm sorry, I've seen some white men in this porn industry that have huge dicks. If that's your argument, charge a big dick tax on
not a black man tax.
On anyone, literally anyone.
Like, are you insane? You're so right, though. Because it's not everyone. Like, what the fuck is that logic?
No, it, like, melts my brain whenever I realize that, like,
insane.
5 years ago, or maybe even, like, sooner.
Yeah. No,
people were comfortable.
People are still doing that. I was just on set a couple of weeks ago, and had somebody telling me that a girl kind of was in mainstream and then took a big break and is, like, making a comeback and is charging, like, out the ass to do her first ever IR scene in 2021. Like,
charge extra for your first anal scene, baby girl, your first fetish scene, things like that. Like,
first gangbang, you know, whatever. But don't be putting a price on who you're fucking.
I would really love to have, like, a black male performer on my podcast at some point to, like, if he feels comfortable discussing stuff like this, or just like from their perspective, because that's a problem in the industry, and obviously I haven't lived any sort of that, but it's, from an outsider looking in, it's really fucked up, and it
I mean,
it goes really fucking deep.
It really sucks that in porn, you know, you are labeled. Like, for me, I wish I could just be a hot slut and not have to make my body about everything that I'm doing. Like, I honestly, like, I'm fine with using the BBW category, because that's, like, what people, you know big girls in porn as. But, like, I would love it if I just didn't have to ever use it, because I'm like, I don't want this to be about my body.
And I hope that over time, like, it's less. But I also feel like, in porn, like, people are labeled as, like, their traits, like, whether it's Asian, white, big booty, like, niche. BBW, like, whatever it is, like, however deep it is. And so, I completely agree. I feel like performers should be known as, like, what they're talented at, like, how they are on camera, their chemistry.
There's so many other words that you can use. Yeah, like, fucking big, fat, you know, busty slut gets wrecked and destroyed. Like, why can't I just be
slut?
Hot slut gets destroyed.
Why can't I just be whole?
Yes. Literally.
Whole.
That's going to be the title of my next feature.
Amazing.
Feature film is just
whole. So I feel like we covered a lot of really good topics, and I want to have you, like, whenever I get the studio set up again, I want to have you back on. We'll have, like, really good quality. Yeah. I feel like I could talk to you forever.
Same. I'm like, wait, are we done? Like, I keep going.
I got more. Do you have anything else specific that you want to, like, talk about? Do you want to promote anything? Like, are you working on anything coming up before we go?
I am launching a website in 2022. That'll be, like, in January. It'll probably just be LeilaLewis.com. That's gonna be, like,
make sure you buy the domain before I...
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
We're locked in. Okay. But yeah, you know, gonna be doing some new and fun and exciting things. And as always, onlyleila.com is where you can find the majority of my content. I am on all social media platforms at only Leila Lewis.
And I'm on
Insta, Twitter, and TikTok, you know.
You need to find the content on Twitter that I'm talking about whenever I was hyping up her quality. She's a golden goddess in the sun.
Yeah, you're just gonna see a whole lot of hole and butts and dicks and
love that.
Sucking and fucking on there.
Absolutely sucking.
Yes.
So what I wanted to do with you is after I end this one, I want to just ask like some very cliche sexual questions, and I want to crop it for us, and then we can both put it on our subscription sites.
Yeah.
So this is the end of this episode with Leila. If you want to see the extended version, just a couple extra minutes, go to either of our pages. I'm going to be giving her the file too, and I think that we should probably release that the day that this one comes out.
Yeah,
so.
let's do it.
Thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you for having me.
In my little bedroom.
I know, it's so cute.
This is the setup for now.
Lights and stuff. I love it.
So, also, should I just like...
Should we move a titty?
Yeah, we can just like...
Full boobs
out. Let's do it. It's what the people want.
It is.
Okay, so these questions I have for you are so cliche, but they're so funny. What is your favorite position?
I gotta go with Mish, honestly.
So this one, does size really matter? So for me, I would actually say